Welcome back to the Word of Mouth. Now we're going to the word from the viewers. This is where I'm going to let you know I viewed The Monuments Men, starring George Clooney, also directed by George Clooney, starring Matt Damon, Bill Murray, and John Goodman. Now this is an actual real tale in history how a team of art appreciators, sculptors, artists, archaeologists, even art professors actually enlist in the military just to save some of the artifacts during the war against Hitler. Okay, so now let's go into the three categories to see what I thought about this movie. First, we're going to go in the plot. Now, I'm going to give this a 3. This was actually a pretty good plot, and it makes it better that this was based off of some real events in history. To have a team of guys, it's a little bit unorthodox to have a team of some older gentlemen to actually go into dangerous climates within an actual war just to save some paintings and some of the precious artifacts within our history. It was interesting and it was a little bit educational. Now I'm going to go to the acting. I'm going to give this also a 3. Now this has got a great cast. All of them are pretty well known. So this acting, I wasn't surprised. Nothing that really just threw me. There were some funny points, of course, with Bill Murray, John Goodman. You're going to get some pretty good humor there. But all in all, I'm going to give the acting a 3. And lastly, entertainment. I'm going to give this also a 3. I was struggling to give this a 2.5, but I'm going to go with a 3 just for entertainment. This actually is a movie that kind of resonated personally with me. I've actually lived in Europe, so just to see them in that setting in Europe and just trying to salvage some of the artifacts that Hitler and his army was either trying to capture and to keep or to destroy, just to kind of throw a shot at us being their enemy. It was a little rough, but just to see some men dedicated and actually risking their lives to save it, it was pretty good on a historical standpoint. So I'm going to give the entertainment a 3. Something I wouldn't mind seeing again, actually. But hey, you've heard it from me, but I'm also let you hear it from some viewers who saw the movie as well. Have a viewer who's going to answer a few questions for me, see what he thought about the film. Say your name, please. Xavier, we just saw The Monuments Men. What did you think about the movie, the story overall?
I thought overall it was pretty good. I mean, it's less about the war, more about the art. But it was pretty good.
Would this be a movie that you would recommend others to see? And if so, or if not, why?
I think I'd recommend it to certain people. I mean, the people that I know would be into this type of thing. I wouldn't recommend it to guys that are like Rambo fans or anything like that, but if you're into the more introspective kind of stuff, yeah, sure.
Okay, now would this be something that you would classify as entertaining? Would it be something that you wouldn't mind seeing again yourself personally? What about that?
Yeah, it was pretty entertaining. I mean, it's got a little bit of comedy, it's got some history stuff, so yeah, it was definitely entertaining.
What do you think would be the best part about this movie for you personally?
The best part? I just like John Goodman. And Bill Murray's pretty good too. So, yeah.
So just the comedy that some of the characters brought in. You pretty much like the story. So it would be something as far as just what was brought into the movie for this for you.
Yeah. I like when you lighten up some pretty serious stuff, a little bit of comedy. I mean, not to take away from what happened because we all know it was terrible. But I mean, it's nice to have a couple laughs here and there.
Okay. Yeah. Well, definitely. Well, there you have it. Again, we have somebody who definitely saw this film, and they're giving it a go. So you should definitely check it out as well. I'm Montrel. This is my friend Xavier. Hey, and you've heard it here first. Word of Mouth Show. I'm your host, Montrel. I have 2 viewers who've also just seen The Monuments Men. Can you state your name, please?
Suzanne.
Mike.
Thank you, Suzanne and Mike. So I would like to ask both of you. You just saw Monuments Men. What did you think of the movie?
I thought it was wonderful.
I thought it was a great movie. Great.
Would you recommend this to others if they wanted to see the movie?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, especially some younger people who don't see much about the war that close up.
Was that your favorite part of the movie, just the war and some of the events that took place?
Well, no, I think it told a part of the war that most people don't even think happened. They wouldn't even realize it was going on.
Well, that's true, because I definitely had no idea this was going on, but I thought it was interesting. What about you, Susan?
I agree. It was wonderful.
Okay, so what would you say was the best part about this movie for you?
Interested in art, and I've been to a lot of museums in Europe, and I appreciate the fact that they were saved. So much was saved. I didn't realize. It was very educational.
What about you? What would you say was the best part about the movie for you?
Well, I like the story, but I think the cinematography, the filming of it, the black and white versus, the standard blast of color we get in most things all the time, I think it made the events of the movie stand out more than special effects.
So you would say that this would be a movie that you would see again, maybe even own if you had the chance?
Yes.
Oh, definitely.
Well, you heard it from two viewers here. They loved the movie. They thought it was educational. And some of us young folks, we definitely need to come and see this. Take a break from the blockbusters. Let's see something educational, enriching, and also something that's based off true events. Again, I'm Montrel. I do thank you, Susan. I know you didn't. I know you were a little fearful.
Very entertaining, too. It was very entertaining as well.
You thought it was entertaining?
Oh, I thought it was great.
It wasn't like a documentary. It was very entertaining.
So, again, even though it was based off true events, still, we all loved it. It's entertaining. You should go see it too. The Word of Mouth Show, I'm Montrel. Thank you very much. Well, there you have it, the word from the viewers. All seemed to think it was a pretty great movie, educational, interesting, and had some good historical content that we all should appreciate. Just to dial back to some of the things that I said before, entertainment, I gave that a 3. Acting, also gave that a 3. And lastly, the plot, also a 3. Do the math, I'm going to give this film a 3 out of 5. Definitely something you can appreciate, and it's something good for all of us to take a look at and just see what happened in our history that we probably had no clue about. Great acting and a pretty good story, just to say how some heroes can really be unlikely. Well, that's it for today. Again, I'm your host, Montrel. Word of Mouth Show. Like, subscribe, share, tell a friend. And next week, RoboCop. Y'all stay tuned. I'll see you next time.